Hello, everybody. Happy belated Halloween to all of you. I hope y'all had a wonderful Halloween, because I did, and put it on the screen. Lou Dort did too as well. I just saw a video of Lou Dort handing out candy to kids at his front porch for Halloween. Class act all the way around. What a week it's been. I hope y'all had a good time celebrating Halloween with your friends and family, and I hope y'all had a fun time watching the games this week, because I did. It was another great week of Thunder basketball. We're 6-0, and we're ready to keep rolling, folks. And just like the Thunder are ready to keep it rolling, the Will to Win show is ready to keep it rolling, folks, because we have a lot planned for you today, a lot of new things that you may have not seen before on this show. So stay tuned, keep your eyes peeled, and be ready for surprises, because it's going to happen today on the show. Thank you to all of you who are coming back and watching. We got to start somewhere, and you all are legends, and I will never forget it. So thank you all, and shall we get going, folks? Happy belated Halloween. Enjoy the pumpkin on the set. I know the pumpkin that I hand-painted a few weeks ago. I mean, let me know if you like my art. I really tried on it. But this is probably its last week here, as, kind of spooky season wraps up a bit. But I hope y'all are ready for a spectacular, spooktacular, whatever you want to call it. If you're done with Halloween, you can call it spectacular. If you're still on Halloween, you can call it spooktacular. Let's have fun today, folks. Who is ready for another episode? I know I am. For the fourth time, welcome to the Will to Win show.
God, after the gather, the two-step.
DB, those tears are but
Maybe 74-8 was too humble. I mean, we're on pace to be 82-0, folks. Hats off to AJ Mitchell, everybody. I don't know if I'm ready for it, but it's happening, guys. Is it too soon? I don't know. I have to go do something. I'll be right back. Stay tuned. I'll be right back. I want to kick it off by taking your minds back to 2 weeks ago today, when I sat down, looked y'all in the eyes, and said the Oklahoma City Thunder are going to go 74-8 this season. That was my prediction, and I'm not going to lie, from friends and family and some followers, I got some flack for that. Okay, people did not like that. I mean, people liked it. Thunder fans liked it. It's a fun prediction to have. But so a lot of people didn't agree with me. They thought it was a little too ambitious. And I get that. I understand that. I respect that. But let's look at where we are now. We're 6-0. You know what? Maybe I was being too humble. Maybe 74-8 was too humble. I mean, we're on pace to be 82-0, folks. Maybe I should have said 82-0. Hey, who knows? Who knows? Maybe I'll sound stupid saying that a week from now, because we have a hard week coming up. We'll get into it. Obviously, I'm a very ambitious person. I'm riding with my 74-8, though. I think that's realistic. But yeah, we'll see how the season progresses. Anything can happen. Obviously, we're already kind of depleted injury-wise. Nothing major, just actually one major thing. We'll get into that too. But yeah, health-wise, it's going to be critical, as I mentioned. But so far, so good, folks. Thunder have found a way to be 6-0, and we're rolling. We are rolling undefeated. I want to start this episode up by getting into my top 3 plays of the week. There were 4 plays that really I was thinking of this week and to put in here. And so I didn't really know. I didn't want to leave one of them out. So I have an honorable mention here to kind of, before we get into our top 3, to get the wheels turning, get your mind back to these games. This is from the Washington game, folks, on Thursday. So the Wizards, they played a feisty game. Corey Kispert to the rim. Jay Will with the board. Here comes Isaiah Joe. Welcome back to Isaiah Joe behind the back. What a pass to the corner. And there is AJ Mitchell for 3. And the reason I picked that play is because if you listen closely to the crowd in that video, that might be the best Loud City moment of the year. Well, one of them. Obviously, we have the Houston game. There's a lot of Loud City moments there. But Loud City really had a signature, not signature, but vintage moment where they, mid-game, Thunder did some things in a row, got the crowd going, good sequence, everyone on their feet. That was fun to watch. Great little sequence. Love Isaiah Joe's behind the back. Really clean, beautiful play there. So let's get into number 3. This comes against Sacramento. SGA in the corner. Lou, no give it 3, but here comes Aaron Wiggins. Saving the possession, saving basketball, and causing the bench to absolutely lose their minds, folks. That was exciting. Aaron Wiggins showing the athleticism. Sometimes he doesn't show it, but we've seen him poster guys many times, all right? And we saw, I mean, it was the top 3 play last week. Aaron Wiggins postering the Houston Rockets. So, love to see Aaron. Keep jumping, man. Keep jumping, but make sure you land well. We can't have you getting hurt, man, all right? As we get to our number 1 play of the week, this is kind of a little two-play sequence of plays here. And we're going to have to bring your minds all the way back to Monday night against Dallas. Okay? I'm sure now that you're thinking of it, you're thinking of the play I'm thinking of. I think we're in the same wavelength now. Chet Holmgren. Okay. Here we go. This first play, Chet Holmgren challenges Cooper Flagg at the rim, gets the block. Are you kidding me? I mean, Cooper Flagg is one of those guys. I know he's a rook. I know there's nothing to be scared of yet, but he's one of those guys that's going to jump with anybody. But so is Chet Holmgren, and Chet got in his way, got the block, humbled Cooper Flagg a bit. And, at first when I saw that play, I was like, oh, yeah, that's his welcome to the league moment. Little did I know, his welcome to the league moment was just about to happen. Chet Holmgren, once again to the rim, puts Cooper Flagg on a poster. I know, people, there's a big debate. Obviously, anytime the Thunder does anything well, particularly Chet Holmgren, I don't know why people hate Chet Holmgren. People say, that's not a poster. They find any way to nitpick the crap out of the play. That's not a poster. Look, I don't care what you say. Maybe it doesn't qualify as a poster dunk. I'd buy a poster with Chet dunking on Cooper Flagg, though. I mean, that is a dunk on Cooper Flagg, whether you call it a facial body poster or not. Big time play. Welcome to the league, Cooper Flagg. We're going to get more into that as well as we go the Cooper Flagg narrative this week. But those are our top 3 plays of the week. Congrats to Chet Holmgren for topping the list this week. Shai had it last week with his game-tying bucket against Houston. So let's get into our weekly recap, folks. First off, we just mentioned it, Dallas on Monday. That game was interesting, folks. And as I said last week, I knew it was going to be interesting. I knew it was going to be difficult because it's Dallas. It always is. We've seen it time and time again. PJ Washington and the Mavericks find a way to to really frustrate the Thunder. And we saw that a bit on Monday night. The Thunder were up the whole game. They played overall a really great game, but we saw Dallas come back and really hold the Thunder down defensively in that fourth quarter and make some big-time plays, and they gave us all a bit of a scare. But as we've seen time and time again this season, the Thunder withstood that run and got the job done. It's a bar right there. This was Chet's big night of the week right here. He had 18, 11, and 2 with 4 blocks. We saw one of them just now. Big night for Chet Holmgren. He's showing us how vital he can be in big games against big-time opponents like this. He had to go up against the trees. Dallas has a lot of trees, all right? But so does OKC now with Hartenstein and Chet. Okay, and they really held their own, and that was a big reason why we won. Our bigs did not get outplayed by their bigs. AD had a great game, but I wouldn't say he outplayed collectively Chet and Isaiah Hartenstein. That's a big reason why we won that game. Isaiah Hartenstein, 12 rebounds. Okay, I'm really going to this episode, you're going to see me dive into Isaiah Hartenstein's game a little bit, okay? Because I think it's going a bit unnoticed right now by fans and by the media. Because he's not flashy. He's not going to go, that was another honorable mention where I could put it in, where Isaiah Hartenstein had that reverse dunk one-handed against Dallas. Obviously, he can be flashy, but his game isn't overall flashy. That's why I don't hear about him as much. But he is doing exactly what we need him to do for this team, folks. 12 rebounds. 5 of those are offensive rebounds. If you want a treat, go ahead and look up Isaiah Hartenstein offensive rebounding this season. He is doing wonders in that facet of the game, okay? 5 offensive boards against Dallas. And that's not just any team. Dallas is one of the best rebounding teams in basketball with their size. The Thunder out-rebounded Dallas 55-36 in this game, and that is the reason the Thunder won the game. They say defense wins championships, but rebounding can win you games. And when you if you out-rebound a team like Dallas, who's not used to getting out-rebounded by 19, even in a close game, if you out-rebound them by 19, you're more than likely going to find a way to win. And that's what happened. AJ had 17 off the bench. Shai was limited to 23, but AJ came in and made up for it. And now we're going to see that. Like I said at the start of the year, it's not that Shai's playing bad. Shai's got 23. It's a great stat line. He had a great game, but he wasn't as aggressive because he has pieces around him who can get the ball in the bucket more than he has ever, including AJ Mitchell. So great game for AJ. Big talking point of this game we've seen from our fan base, which I love, including me, was the Thunder holding Cooper Flagg to 2 points on 1 for 9 shooting and negative 20 efficiency. Welcome to the league, Coop. Welcome to the league, Cooper Flagg. I love to see it because I mentioned it on my page before. The NBA is rigged, okay? It is so blatant and just so obvious that the NBA is, to a certain extent, rigged. And you might be thinking, Will, are you seriously telling me and complaining about the NBA being rigged when you just won a championship? You have no reason to complain. Okay, yeah, you're right. You're right. The Thunder found a way to win a championship. But that was complete, and that's why this championship, I believe, has so much value. Because this ring the Thunder got was not assisted or aided in any way by the NBA. The Thunder had to claw and work their way up through things the NBA can't control and regulate. Okay? The Thunder did their job on the court, and Sam Presti did his job as a general manager, and the Thunder staff did their job to ensure the Thunder had all the pieces to make winning a championship almost foolproof, because you have to be excellent as a small market team to get there. You don't have behind closed doors shady deals happening that's going to be symbiotic to both franchises, okay? Lakers, Dallas, it was rigged. And anyone telling you otherwise, or anyone blindly following this and being like, oh my gosh, what a lucky lottery. They are delusional and they're not following simple logic, okay? I'm not going to get too deep into this. It's a rabbit hole. Luka, out of nowhere, is traded, okay? For AD, does that make sense in any world? No, it didn't make sense. Everyone was flabbergasted. I was too. I put on my page, a few days later, I said, only way this makes sense is if or when. When, not if. I was like, this is going to happen, okay? Dallas is going to get the first round pick as a part of this trade. Within the NBA dealings behind the scenes, it was worked out to where, look, if you give the Lakers a proved perennial superstar in Luka Doncic to carry the torch and carry LeBron into retirement and have LeBron, because the Lakers with AD and LeBron weren't going anywhere. They weren't going anywhere. They had to make a change. The NBA facilitated this for numbers, for viewings, for Lakers fans, okay? They facilitated this. They got Luka. They got their guy. Dallas took a swing. Nico took a swing. And honestly, who wouldn't, You get promised Anthony Davis and Cooper Flagg for Luka Doncic. That's not a bad package. So, that's what happened. You can't convince me otherwise. It was behind the door, closed, shady dealings. I can get into specifics at some point if you guys want me to. But that's why it was beautiful to see the Thunder welcome him to the league like this, okay? Holding him to 1 for 9 shooting in his first game against OKC makes it clear to the NBA that you can try to do whatever you want, but at the end of the day, basketball players are basketball players, and they control. Draft lottery is controlled, okay? And to some extent, the lottery is controlled. The NBA gets what they want, okay? But you can't control a person, right? I'm not saying Cooper Flagg's a bust. I'm just saying he might not be what you think he's going to be. Dallas still took a chance. Luka's a proven superstar. Cooper Flagg's not. And I'm not preying on Cooper Flagg's downfall. I think he's a good player. I wish he hadn't gone to Dallas, because if you go to Dallas, I'm automatically not going to like you because I can't root for you. I hate the Mavericks. And it's our job as a small market team to make sure that, look, they're not completely in control. We can still overcome and win championships, even with the corrupt state of the league. And that's what the Thunder did last year. That's what they're doing so far this year, and I love to see it. Let's get into Sacramento. Okay, back home to OKC, back-to-back games, barn burner with the Kings. Shai, you know what he's gonna do? He's gonna get his 31. All right, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 blocks. Aaron Wiggins starts in the game, saves basketball, 18, 6, and 6. He had a big play late in the game. Ball was going out of bounds, saves it inside to Hartenstein. Hartenstein with a dunk, got Loud City rolling again. That was another play that I was thinking about for the top 3. I mean, my goodness, so many incredible plays this week. We're so blessed as fans to watch this. But beautiful game from Aaron Wiggins. He saved basketball once again. AJ with a smooth 18 off the bench, a little quiet. You know, people are starting to get used to AJ doing what he's doing right now, so you're not hearing as much about it. Okay, we're kind of closing that honeymoon phase of AJ Mitchell being great, and I hope it's permanent. We need it to be permanent, especially with these injuries. And he had a great week. He had a great game there. Like I said, Isaiah Hartenstein is being exactly who we need him to be. Okay, let's bring our minds back. Okay, 2023-2024 season, we had no bigs. Remember, that was the whole dilemma. Even, I guess, before we got Hartenstein, the whole thing against Dallas in the second round, semifinals, conference semifinals, 2024, was we had no size. We couldn't match up in the paint with Lively, Gafford, all those guys, right? I just kept saying all that year, we need someone to come in and get boards. Come in, get boards, and be able to run and be able to participate in a coherent offense, and we're good. We got that guy, and we're seeing him play that role that I envisioned more than we ever have. Last year, he played the role well, but not in the way he's playing it this year. He's really taking an offensive back seat. Facilitate, right? Doing what he can to get other people buckets, and he is getting boards. He's just being a physical body, getting in the way. 14 boards, 4 points in this game. Beautiful game for Isaiah Hartenstein. I'm going to keep mentioning it if he keeps doing it because he deserves to be a talking point for how much work he's putting in. Because speaking from experience, as a big in a basketball team, right? As a big, your job is to get boards. It's not easy. You got to go claw in the paint, push and shove, and get those boards. Like I said, rebounding wins you games, okay? Defense wins you championships, rebounding wins you games. Sacramento was up in this game the whole way. They played an excellent game. How about Russ? 16 points in his return. I was talking to someone, and they were telling me this game was one of the best they've ever seen. They loved watching this game. It was just, like, they said it was just beautiful basketball, both ways, both teams, and it was. Great numbers on both teams. The Kings actually outshot the Thunder, 35% from 3. They played a great game. They forced a bunch of Thunder turnovers. They guarded the Thunder well, made it difficult on OKC all night. They had a great game plan, but the Thunder showed grit. For the 5th time, 5 out of 5 games this season, the Thunder had to show grit and pull ahead. And during this game, watching this game, I was in my mind the whole time. They're going to pull ahead. They're going to find a way, and they did. They always do. Shout out to Shai with a dagger 3. Close this game out. They make shots. They make plays. They win games, especially at home in front of Paycom Center crowds. As our week progressed, we reached, went through Wednesday, got to Thursday early afternoon, morning hours. Got some bad news as Thunder fans, right? So I want to introduce you all to a new segment of the show called Thunder Therapy. So this is going to be where we discuss the difficult parts of being a Thunder fan. This might be the deepest Thunder Therapy we ever had because it's discussing a very serious real-world topic. One that, sadly, most people in the world have to address because of how prevalent it is today. And that is cancer, man. Cancer sucks. Cancer really sucks. And it's something that we should never see anyone deal with, especially a young player in the NBA. Okay, Nikola Topic, we got the notification, and I think it all came as a surprise that Nikola Topic has been diagnosed with testicular cancer. 20 years old, testicular cancer. But yeah, I want to get into and it's just really heartbreaking because we're talking about NBA careers, right? I can't remember a player having a rougher start to his career than Nikola Topic has had. I mean, it's his second year in the league technically, and he hasn't stepped onto a real NBA court yet, just summer league, and it's heartbreaking. You tear your ACL, right? You're recovering, getting back to it, show out in summer league, have a good summer league run, and then you get diagnosed with testicular cancer, and I know that the doctors are saying, and Sam Presti relayed to us that it's looking like he's going to have a good outcome. It doesn't look like it's too serious to the sense that it's too life-threatening or anything for Nikola. But cancer is cancer, and he's going to have to undergo chemo. He's already started chemotherapy, and let me tell you, chemotherapy. If you don't know what chemotherapy is, it literally just breaks down your body to get rid of this cancer, but it takes a toll on you. Okay, you lose your hair. It causes fatigue. It's just not fun to see someone go through that. And to see a young pro basketball player go through that is something we don't see very often as fans. And so I think it's going to be very important for us as Thunder fans to rally around Nikola during this time. If you're at games and you see him out there on the bench, give him a standing ovation every time he's on that screen or every time he walks in the building, because he needs to know how much we love him. Think about what's going on in this man's mind right now, right? The Thunder drafted me 10th overall in the NBA draft. They take a swing on me, bring me in. Everyone's excited to see this guy, who, coming off an injury, everyone thought, the narratives were he could have been a top 3 pick if he wasn't injured going into the draft, right? And wouldn't be injured for a whole year. And everyone's saying it. You hear all the noise. Everyone's excited. He recovers, goes through a long, strenuous recovery, comes back. And then this happens. I'm sure he's thinking he's letting us down. Nikola, you are an NBA champion. You are a part of this team, and you're not letting anybody down, okay? In fact, I think there's a lot more to sports than just the game itself. And the reality is people go to sports, especially Oklahoma City Thunder basketball in our state. That's all we have, right? People go to that to see the game itself, but they also see a lot more in the process. You either see good role models or bad role models, especially kids in society, right? And now you have everyone's going to turn on these games, and they're going to see someone on the sidelines struggling with cancer, and they're going to see how hard he fights and how hard he comes back. And that is a lesson in perseverance that is rare in pro sports, and one that's going to be really beautiful to see unfold. Guys, I truly believe that Nikola Topic is going to recover from this. Recover well. It's going to take time. He's going to recover well. And we're going to see him play a game in the Thunder jersey. We're going to see him develop and be a good player in this league. I want you to imagine now that night when Nikola Topic is announced to be checking into the game, guys, after a full recovery from cancer. That right there could be the biggest, loudest ovation in Thunder history. And Nikola, if somehow, some way you're watching this, I want you to imagine that moment anytime this gets difficult and hard, because just know the city is behind you, and we cannot wait to see you in action. All right? We cannot wait to see you recover from this and beat this crap, because you're going to. We love you, Nikola. Man, get well. Rest. Don't feel any pressure at all. We're with you. We're behind you. Anyway, prayers up to Nikola. We love you, man. And we can't wait to see you out there soon. Okay? So now we're back into our recap. One more game to talk about. The Washington Thursday night game. Shout out to the Wizards. I saw a video of them going through the National OKC Bombing Memorial. Very cool moment. I love to see that. Wizards are a class act organization. It's a disciplined win from OKC. They didn't let the game get chaotic. The only way a team like Washington's going to beat you is if they make it chaotic. All right, they put pressure on you, make you kind of take undisciplined shots. They're running up the court. They win chaotic games, and Thunder showed discipline in reeling the game in, taking care of business, holding Kaishan George to 12 points. He's been going crazy this season. Holding Kaishan George to 12 points was big time. How about Shai with 31, iHart with 17. Another game, five offensive rebounds for Hartenstein. Big time for Isaiah Hartenstein. AJ with 20 off the bench. Great game. Great win. Great week of Thunder basketball. All right, folks, it is time for Hats Off volume. Gosh, just 3 or 4. I don't even know what we're on. But it is Hats Off time, folks. And let me tell you, I think y'all might be surprised who I picked today because it is a bit unprecedented. I guess this is the 4th week of the show, so nothing's really unprecedented yet. But in the history of the Will to Win show, we have our first duplicate Hats Off recipients of the week, okay? I'm just going to get it right out there. 17 points, 18 points, 20 points off the bench. And like I said last week, nobody expected this. No one saw this coming. If you would have asked Thunder fans who's going to have the breakout year, someone would have said this guy. Some would have said, I would have probably said Casey Wallace. And I think Casey Wallace, for instance, he's having an incredible year. No hate to Casey Wallace. But we've definitely seen the biggest leap from this guy right here. And as long as he keeps giving us this production off the bench in good minutes, efficient minutes, it's going to be hard for me to consider giving it to anyone else as we go here because he earned it. He earned every bit of it this week. If you're watching the games, he slides into the lane like Shai, just like Shai, and just finishes the ball so well. He's so smooth. He's so beautiful to watch. And he's turning into one of my favorite players in the league. He is incredible, guys. And if you haven't turned on the game to watch him play yet, I encourage you, watch the game, take a look at this guy, see what he's doing, and make note of it in your mind because it is incredible. Okay, it is incredible. And don't let it go to waste because as guys start coming back from injury, his opportunities might go down a bit. Okay, I think he deserves to keep the minutes he's getting right now. But we'll see a lot more ball dominant guys start getting back in the groove, including J-Dub. So who knows? This might drop off a bit. So while he's in this groove, turn on the game and watch him play. And as long as he keeps doing it, he might run away with this hats off thing, guys. So for the second straight week, hats off to AJ Mitchell, everybody. Obviously, great performances all around by many guys, including Thunder. You could give it to lots of guys. You can name Hartenstein, you can name Shai, you can name anyone, and you can make an argument, right? But for me, like I said, we're talking expectation versus reality. The reality of what he did this week was so consistent and so essential to us winning these games that I have to give it to him. So congrats to AJ. And yeah, short and sweet hats off this week. Self-explanatory, man. Back to back, and we now have a leader, AJ Mitchell, in our hats off standings, folks. 2 to 1 to 1 to 1. I think Ooze has 1, Brooks has 1. I want to briefly talk about the Thunder's three-point shooting this season, okay? The Thunder are the worst three-point shooting team in basketball right now. 29.6% is the clip they're shooting at. Folks, something's got to change. Thunder are winning these games, but imagine if we were hitting shots at a high rate from the three-point line in these games, we'd be winning by a lot more than we are, okay? Obviously, we're doing great. Everything's going well, but if one thing can change, it has to be the three-point shooting has to get better. All around, Lou Dort, for instance, got to get more consistent. But we also need just someone to step up and hit these shots. Something has to change. Hold on. I'm getting something here. What's going on? Oh my god. Are we about to actually do this? I don't think they're ready for this. I don't think we can do this yet. Can we do this? We can do this in week 4? Oh, baby. Okay. Guys, I think we're about to do something we never see on this show. I can't believe it's happening. I don't know if you're ready for it. I don't know if I'm ready for it, but it's happening, guys. Is it too soon? I don't know. I have to go do something. I'll be right back. Stay tuned. I'll be right back. We're back, baby! And for the first time in the Will to Win show history, there are two people sitting at this table, folks.
Let's go.
Welcome to the set. Our first guest ever, history being made on the Will to Win show right here. Isaiah Joe Enthusiast, a.k.a. Dawson. Welcome to the show. Who are you? Who are you?
My name is Dawson. I'm from Iowa originally. My first Thunder game I remember watching, my first NBA game also, 2012 NBA Finals, Game 1. I love the blue and orange. I stuck with it. They're my team now.
That's rare, guys. That's rare. Voice correct. That's rare to have a Thunder fan from Iowa. When's the last time you met a Thunder fan from Iowa? Not just a bandwagon hopping on. He's been a Thunder fan through thick and thin from Iowa. And here we are, folks. I mentioned it earlier. At Isaiah Joe Enthusiast on Instagram. You're going to see us talk, and you're going to understand why that name exists and why he's an Isaiah Joe Enthusiast and how he got there as we go. But yeah, just keep that in mind. He is a big Isaiah Joe fan for a good reason. For a good reason, because Isaiah Joe is a beautiful basketball player and a beautiful man.
Amen.
That's right. So once again, Dawson, welcome to the Will to Win show. We're so glad to have you making history here. No matter who comes on this show, one day, if we get Shea on the show or Mark Dagnall, anything like that, Westbrook, they will never compare to the first guest we ever had, Isaiah Joe Enthusiast.
Always got to be number one.
That's right. There's always one number one, and that is you, my friend. So welcome to the Will to Win show.
Thank you.
So before I did all this stuff, before I went out there, grabbed this guy, changed the set, did all these crazy things, we were talking about something, right? And I'm gonna get you caught up to speed because we had to kind of recap the week. We talked about a lot of things. We just kind of had a somber session talking about Nikola Topic's situation. Prayers up, as always. But we had kind of talked about the Thunder's three-point shooting woes to start the season, right? I think I said 29.6% on the year. That's 30th in the league.
Not great.
But we're still 6-0. But the moral of the story is we could be a lot better.
Absolutely.
And I'm just trying to think, what's the remedy? Obviously, the remedy is making shots, right? But is there something that could happen to this team? Is there someone that could change this instantly? What do you think?
I think there is. I think the answer is Isaiah Joe. I mean, you saw him in the first game. 5 of 9, 21 points? I mean, it's incredible.
One game. I mean, read that stat line again. Burn it. The stat line is there. What is it?
21 points, 5 of 9 from 3, 6 rebounds. He's back.
Who has done that in an NBA debut ever? I don't think I can name one. I don't think I can name one person.
Maybe Aaron Gordon this year.
Maybe, but I didn't see that, so it doesn't count.
That's fair. I hadn't either.
So we are going to get into a new segment of the show. Keep that stat line in mind as we enter hot takes. Guys, welcome back to Hot Takes, baby. Week 4, the 4th hot take of the season. We talked about some pretty heavy, hard-hitting hot takes before. We talked about Thunder's record, Shea being the greatest player ever, high magnitude. But I don't know if any hot take is as substantial as what we're going to talk about today, guys. And he came in with this hot take, and I was like, it resonated with me. It hit hard. I was like, this is our hot take for the episode. We have to discuss this. Dawson, what is your hot take this week?
My hot take. Isaiah Joe is the greatest shooter of all time.
The greatest shooter in NBA history.
All time.
You're saying it. And you're doubling, tripling down on it.
Absolutely.
I'm going to join him where he's at there because I agree that Isaiah Joe is the greatest shooter we've ever seen in the history of the sport.
Exactly.
Why do you think so?
All right, I mean, just break it down. The very first game we remember seeing Isaiah Joe against the Mavericks in 2022, 15 points, 3 of 3 from 3, led the Thunder back to a win. Incredible. In Golden State, he went 7 of 7 for 23 points, just didn't miss. Incredible.
He doesn't miss.
He doesn't miss.
And when he does miss, it's not his fault.
Exactly. It's the wind. It's the wind. There's someone talking, and it's not his fault. What can you do?
That's right. I have some statistics to compare because I know all of you watching this right now are thinking, okay, like, obviously Isaiah Joe's a great shooter, right? But these guys are delusional. No, we're 100%. We're being serious. This is 100%. We believe this within our hearts. And you're probably thinking, first thing that comes to mind when you hear greatest shooter of all time, typically you think Stephen Curry, right?
Sure.
He's a decent shooter in league history. He's one of those guys who makes a lot of shots, right? But I'm going to read you some stats here, okay? Stephen Curry and Isaiah Joe from the three-point line in their careers. Isaiah Joe averages 40.3% from the three-point line in his career. Some incredible numbers. Stephen Curry averages 42.3% from three in his career. Now you might be thinking, how is this defending Isaiah Joe? Steph Curry's numbers are literally better. Okay, yeah. But let's look at the opportunities these players have had to make shots, right? That's only a 2.3% difference in these guys' shooting numbers from the three-point line. Stephen Curry takes 9.3 three-point attempts per game for his career, right? Isaiah Joe takes 4.5 attempts per game for his career. And I'm sure if we went into the minute comparisons, there's even a bigger discrepancy.
Not even close.
But Isaiah Joe is still shooting the ball the way he's shooting it in his career with the limited opportunities he's had compared to Stephen Curry. What if Isaiah Joe got the opportunity Steph Curry's always had?
Exactly.
What would happen?
I mean, you just think about it. You're coming off the bench. You're cold. When you start, you have the entire game in front of you. You know what's going to happen. But when you come off the bench, you don't know what your minutes are going to be. And Isaiah Joe has come through every time off the bench.
He has. He always answers the call. And you mentioned it, 5 for 9 in his first game this season. Curry averages 9.3 attempts per game. Look what happens when Isaiah Joe takes 9 threes in a game.
Exactly.
He shoots over 50%. That is how good of a shooter Isaiah Joe is. It's about rhythm. It's about opportunity. Give him the opportunity, he'll make it count. But he shows no ego. He's ready to go when he needs to go, and he's going to make it happen.
Exactly. He doesn't complain about his touches. The ball has energy. He always says that. But when it's not his turn, it's not his turn. But when his opportunity arises, he takes advantage every time.
That's right. That is right. Some of you right now would be thinking we're crazy. But I want you to close your eyes and imagine this scenario, okay? For the first time ever, Isaiah Joe gets invited to the three-point contest. It needs to happen. I think it's going to happen.
He's due.
Soon. It's going to happen soon. And he's going to show the world what we're saying right now, okay? Close your eyes and imagine it's a three-point contest. Only 2 players are invited. Isaiah Joe and Stephen Curry. There's only one round. Head-to-head, who makes more threes? Who's winning that? Think in your mind. I think the clear answer is Isaiah Joe.
I agree. I mean, I don't see a world where he doesn't win.
Exactly. I've seen lots of Warriors games. I've seen lots of Thunder games. Seeing these 2 guys shoot, if you're going to give them each, 25 shots, who's going to make more? Just who's going to make more shots? Isaiah Joe's going to make more shots every single time.
In my life, I've seen Steph Curry miss a lot more threes than Isaiah Joe has. Just put that out there.
100%. He shoots more, he misses more.
Exactly.
Very, very true. If you're not convinced by now, there might not be any convincing you because we've given you every single point needed to make this clear and obvious to you.
Just watch some ball. That's all I can say. Watch ball.
Like Jalen Williams says, watch the games. Anyways, that closes out Hot Takes. That is the hot take we're riding with this week. If you agree, let us know. If you disagree, let us know. We'll get into it. We'll talk about it, And go to his page, Isaiah Joe Enthusiasts. Go to my page, at OKC_will to win on Instagram. We'll have these discussions. We're prepared to debate it. All right?
Bring it.
So, we talked a lot about Isaiah Joe, and that's good. We can keep kind of integrating him into our discussion here, but let's branch out a bit. How are you feeling as, first a Thunder fan, second Isaiah Joe fan? You talked about your Thunder fandom. How are you feeling this year? Coming off a big championship. How do you feel so far?
I mean, the championship feels great. It's hard not to feel great when you come off a championship like that. I think we're in a great spot, 6-0. You can't ask for a better start. I feel like there's been a lot of close games that we've come through with. I think there's a couple games that we might drop along the way in that same manner. But as of now, championship teams win these close games, and the Thunder are a championship team, and they're winning these close games. And I don't see, looking at the schedule, I don't see a way that they don't go 10-0.
Yep. Like I keep telling you guys every week, give me a reason to not believe in this team, and I'll lower my thoughts. I'll lower my predictions. But they keep giving us reasons to believe in them. It's not perfect. We talked about 3-point shooting. It's not perfect. Nothing's perfect. But everything is good enough to where they look like they almost can't be stopped. And obviously, it's the NBA. At some point, they're going to hit a roadblock. And we're ready for it. And I think this team is ready for it. They're deep, and they're ready to roll.
I mean, I think we've seen them hit a roadblock already. With no J-Dub.
Yeah.
We've got no Thomas Sorber, no Topic. I mean, we're already missing a couple guys, and you got to imagine
Shed
that
for a few games.
along the way, we're going to be getting healthier, and these people are going to come back, and we'll be playing just as well as we have already, if not better.
Do you hear people saying the Thunder are injury prone? No, because you watch the games, you see the scores. It doesn't look like it because we're still winning and we're still producing. That is the signs of a great team.
That's right.
So with all that being said, Dawson, what is your prediction for our record this season? When it's all said and done, what do you think is going to happen?
As much as I'd like for them to go 74-8 or better, I don't think that's realistic. I think there will be a part in the season where we drop a couple games. We'll have a Spurs game from last year or Pistons from 2 years ago where we're just not quite ready. We're just not ready for the game. But I think we're at a much higher floor than we have been in recent years.
You think we'll have more than 8 of those?
I don't think we'll have more than 8 games. We're just not prepared. But I think we'll get outplayed maybe a couple times. Like there'll be like Aaron Gordon shooting 10 of 11 from 3 or something like that. They'll just not miss shots, and there's not a whole lot we can do.
What's your number?
I think 69 is the number. 69-13.
Okay.
Number one seed in the West.
So 1 game improvement, 1 win improvement. Still probably the best record in basketball.
And again, I think we saw it last year. End of the season, we have the 1 seed locked up for like a month. And we start to sit Shea. We sit some of our better players. We come up and we play against, a team that's fighting for their playoff spot yet. And they're bringing their all, and we're sitting out our all-stars. I mean, we might lose some of those games too.
And that's the best counter argument I've heard to my prediction is the fact that, yes, I think the only thing that stands in the Thunder's way of winning 74 games plus is themselves, to where I don't think Sam Presti and Mark Daigneault are smart. They are championship-oriented, and that's great. We love that. I wouldn't have it any other way. They're not going to put their players at risk to get regular season wins. And so I agree that we might see that, and that could be, I think, what blows my prediction.
And what would you rather have, a championship or 74-8 and go out in the second round?
Oh, I would 100% rather have a championship.
Exactly.
And that is what matters. We need one. We need more of those hats.
Banners fly forever.
That is very true. Unless the building burns down,
we'll find a way to fly it again.
That's right. Make a new banner. Keep going. That's what matters. So, record good. I think deep down we agree. I think it's just who's more ambitious. A
little more cautious. That's all right.
Who's more ambitious? Who's more conservative? More cautious? And we'll see what happens. It could fall right in the middle, and that's 70 wins. That's great.
I'll take that.
Yep. So 5 wins though. We're pretty similar in our thoughts. I'm sure y'all can tell.
But I think the main thing is that we go in the playoffs healthy. That's the biggest
100%.
concern. No matter what happens in the regular season, if everyone is healthy in the playoffs, I like our chances.
100% health number 1. Prayers for Nicola.
That's right.
Any other bold predictions you have for the season? Anything else on your mind?
Ooh, on my mind at least is our jerseys coming up against Sacramento right here. Those jerseys are beautiful. The teal ones we had in the past were perfect, and these aren't quite perfect, but they're the closest thing we've had to them since, and I can't wait to see them in action. They're going to be fantastic.
That is happening on the 7th, right? I think it's Friday night. We're wearing them. Is that confirmed?
Might be.
Okay.
Unless we only wear them at home.
Yeah, we'll look into it. I saw today there was a jersey calendar released by the Thunder. I can pull it up real quick and see.
Nevertheless, we're coming up on the NBA Cup, and those jerseys will be out soon, and I can't wait to see them in action.
100%. I can't find the jersey calendar. I think I did see it. I think we are wearing them Friday, which is weird because on the road, but you know what? The beautiful jersey is a beautiful jersey, and I can't wait to see it. Those are going to be nice, especially with the court, too, the new court.
Can't wait.
It's going to be beautiful. Our NBA Cup court is a little weird. I don't know. How do you feel about the Oklahoma City script above the same dark blue background as last year?
I don't hate it, but I mean, I think the jerseys are the bigger draw. I don't care so much about the court. We'll see it a couple times, but we'll see the jerseys in the playoffs, hopefully. We saw them last year.
Will we be allowed to wear those jerseys on that court? Because they're like the same color. Is that...
Might help us.
Might
Who
help
knows?
us. We could do like a Boise State hide in the end zone kind of thing and come on out. And
I like that.
I like that too. Let's implement it.
Plays to our advantage. We'll take it.
I agree. Well, with that being said, we've gone through the season. Let's narrow it down a bit once more. Let's get into our weather report, folks. All right, folks, welcome to the weather report, the part of the show where we look at our upcoming week of Thunder basketball, give our predictions, kind of let's set the scene for the week. What's going to happen? What do you think? We got 2 Thunder experts here. You're lucky, you get double the Thunder knowledge. So let's start. In 1 hour, by the time this episode releases, we're going to see the New Orleans Pelicans at home at 2:30, okay? We battle the reverse undefeated. How do you say that? Would it be like
Winless?
Okay, yeah, that's not a fun way to say
Completely defeated?
Completely defeated, yeah. The none win. Win. Yeah,
They have 0 wins on the season.
he is right. Whatever he says, winless and whatever the other word he said, those were good.
Defeated.
Defeated. They're defeated and winless. I'm sorry, Pelicans. If you're watching this, if you're a Pelicans fan watching this, I don't know what you're doing. But if you've gotten this far into the episodes of Pelicans fan, I'm
Thank
very
you.
sorry. Thank you first. I'm very sorry that was uncalled for. But yeah, we need to enjoy being at home this week because we're not going to be home until next Tuesday after this game. So it's going to be a long little road trip here. But back to the Pelicans. They're 0-5. 3 of those losses though are under 6 points. They've played some good games.
They play tight.
They play it tight. They had an overtime loss to San Antonio at home more recently, and that was an exciting one.
Yeah, I mean, one of the 3 teams left that's undefeated. I mean, they play them close.
Yep. And I feel like I've said this a ton. I'm going to keep saying it. Every game, I'm like, this seems dangerous. This seems dangerous because these teams all have pieces. The West is so deep. Is this the deepest West you think you can remember?
I mean, for sure. And then also with us being the champions, I mean, everyone's going to bring their A game every single night that we play, trying to knock us off, be the first one to do it.
100%. Like we mentioned, every game's been a claw battle. You gotta battle, and pull out the game. And we keep saying like, oh yeah, it's happened every game. That's more of a symptom of other teams bringing more energy and us having to respond. And it's gonna happen more.
It's going to happen all year.
All year. Get used to it. It's gonna be a stressful year, but a good one. Nothing good comes easy, as we learned as Thunder fans.
Right.
But looking at the Pelicans roster, the main name that sticks out, obviously, I mean, right now at least, because he's on the court for now, Zion Williamson, getting back in his groove, averaging 24 points a game. Are you worried about Zion?
I mean, a little bit. I worry for Chet's health going up against Zion. I'm worried about Trey Murphy, though. I mean, he's not had a great start to the year, but he came around the last game. He played well, and I expect more of the same next time we play him. So we'll see.
I saw DeJounte Murray is questionable, so we'll see if he comes in the game or not, steps in.
I think he's going to guard Shea.
I mean, nobody's going to guard Shea.
Oh, he's going to try.
They can try to guard Shea. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. That'll be a good matchup. That's what I'm saying. Pelicans have pieces. They have a good roster. Last year, we were hearing a lot of talk about Pelican playoffs, but injuries just one of those teams. Injuries seems to always take a hold of them.
Yep.
So hopefully for Pelicans fans, if you're that Pelican fan watching right now, hopefully, your guys stay on the court. That being said, what's your prediction for this game, Dawson? What score do you have?
I mean, I think the percentage here on the board says it all, 89%. I like our chances in this one.
Mm-hmm.
I think we pull out pretty easily here. I think we get 112 to 95.
Okay. I had 118, 105, similar margins, matter of scoring. Similar results, though. I do agree. I think it's going to be one of those games where, little early adversity potentially, but I think the Thunder will pull ahead, get in rhythm again, hopefully get some guys back. Hopefully we see Chet back out there this game.
That'd be great.
But yeah, let's move into Tuesday night. So we hit the road west, way out west to Inglewood, baby. The Inglewood Clippers.
Playing the Wall.
The Wall has looked not that terrifying this year. Last year was kind of spooky, but like this year, who's that actor who was yelling from the wall? You see that? It's just like nasal voice actor. The clips were everywhere, and he was like, "Clipper fans, like
I know exactly
get
what you're talking about.
loud," and it was like it's not that intimidating. It was very weak, but the Wall, it gets loud. We've had our 2 games we've had in Inglewood so far as Thunder fans. They have been a little brutal, man. We come out on top, I think, both times, but they were tough wins. We got another one lined up, 10 p.m. Central Time game on NBC. So if you're awake for that, I'll be awake for that. But if you're awake for that, watch it. It should be fun. This is our worst odds all week, 61%. I think it's a symptom of the environment. And the Clippers are a good team.
They are. They're a very good team. I mean, we saw Kawhi hit that game winner earlier yesterday, I guess it was.
Mhm.
I mean, they play us tight. They play great defense. They're going to score a bunch of points. They got a couple guys that can just score. But again, I like our chances. I think we are the better team, and we'll show it eventually. It'll come through by the fourth quarter.
100%, as it has 6 times this season. And I think I like looking at the Pelicans and the Clippers back to back. I think it's similar in the way they're injury prone, so injury prone, and that's going to really affect where these two teams are by the end of the season. Depends on their health. And the Clippers this year even more high end. You pick up, your two big pickups this summer, Chris Paul and Bradley Beal. I mean, you're not getting any younger with those pickups at all. So if they can stay healthy, they have a good roster. That is a big time if. But for our purposes, this week's purposes, they are pretty healthy. So it's going to be a tough game.
Do we have their first round pick this year again too?
I believe we do.
Hey, I wouldn't hurt to win this game then. Keep knocking them down.
Let's take one, knock them off, and let's do it. I was looking at their games. They lost a big one to Utah. Kind of got them off the radar on their first game. But
first game of the year.
But they've won a couple. They took like a 20-point win to Phoenix, and Phoenix has not played bad this year. So like a couple of good wins for LA. Get to kind of see where they're at. It'll be an interesting game. I have 108-104 Thunder. I think it's going to be a tight one that's going to get us a little worried. On national TV, they're going to be fired up. Clippers are going to bring the intensity. They're going to hound Shea. I could see us, I think we bring guys back for New Orleans. I think some guys don't play against LA. Hopefully they do. But I could see us having to really call this one out again.
I mean, like you said, late night, I think we win 114-109.
Okay. Similar trajectories there. Tight game. It's going to be a stressful one to watch, but a win is a win. And I think we'll get similar to the first 2 times we played in the Intuit Dome. It's going to be tough. We're going to pull it out. That's our predictions. So, 2 more games this week. This is our first week with 4 games. It's a busy, busy week, a busy road trip. Back to back. Go straight to Portland. Do not sleep on the Portland Trailblazers.
That's right. I mean,
they're
good. They beat the Nuggets yesterday.
Yeah.
Good team.
A fully healthy Denver Nuggets team they won. They're 4-2 on a 3-game win streak. Don't look now, man, but the Blazers are hot. Maybe Chauncey Billups was the problem. People are saying.
No one's betting on their games for them to lose anymore, and they got free reign to just go out and win.
That is right. And let's look at the guys doing it. Denny Avdia, 23 points a game. Drew Holiday, 18-9. You're looking at it. This is no one's in particular's team. You have guys like Denny, Drew, Jeremy Grant, Shaden Sharp, even throw in Tumani Kamara, man. He's having a great year so far.
And again, Scoot Henderson didn't play against Denver. So, I mean, if we see him on, was that Wednesday? I mean, that can't hurt him.
Nope. And let's hope we don't expend all of our energy against LA, because I'm looking at these 3 games as trap potential because they're so close together, traveling. Fatigue is going to play. These 2 teams are tough, right? If we can get out of these 2 games with both wins, it'll be great for us no matter how it happens. So, with that being said, what do you think, Dawson? Score predictions.
For Portland, I think, again, it's going to be close. Portland's a good team, but I think 116-109.
Love it. Oh my gosh. I have 115-108. So we are like
all right,
same
7
wavelength.
points.
7 points. One of those games, it's going to be a dogfight. Pull away in the end, make a couple plays, hit a couple shots, daggers, pull away, win it, done. So we're predicting to be 9-0 going into Game 10 at Sacramento. NBA Cup group play Game 1 for us.
Hopefully we're wearing our jerseys. We'll see. But
hopefully it's a dark blue. That would be beautiful. Sacramento, we know them well. We talked about them earlier in the episode. Dawson, what did you think about Sacramento the other night?
I mean, I liked Russ. He played well. He had, 3 or 4 threes in that game. He played well. The Kings as a whole played well. I think we held our own, but in Sacramento, I think it'll be a different story. They always play us tough there. I can't remember the last time that we didn't have a close game in Sacramento. And I mean, they're going to bring their A game. Again, we're the champions. They're going to bring it.
As they should. And they will. This one gets me worried too because they played such a good game this week. I think was that Wednesday or Thursday? I forget what day that was.
I don't know. They all blend together.
Tuesday. It was Tuesday. Monday night, and we went back to back Tuesday night.
There you go.
So, yeah, it was a tough one. I talked about it earlier. Sacramento's scary. But these three teams are scary. I do think we pull this one out, though. I think group play, we're going to be motivated, ready to roll. I think we'll have guys ready to play. Big one for us. I say this is one I just feel like we might have a little bit more of a comfort in. Build a bit of an early lead, stick with it. 123-108 is the final score.
I feel like we've always played where someone gets ahead early and there's always like a 10-point gap that stays there the entire time. I think I like that. I think we'll go 120 to 108. I mean, I think we'll just keep 10-point margin the whole game and we'll just keep it to the end.
Completely agree, and that would be nice to watch on an NBA Cup game, especially if these two games go the way we predicted. We're gonna need a little bit of a less stressful night as Thunder fans,
and we're gonna keep getting more and more healthy as time goes on. Isaiah Joe is back, as
Very
are
true.
others. Hopefully, J-Dub will be coming back in the next couple weeks here. We'll see. We're getting ready.
We will see. So we're predicting to come back to you all 10-0. That would be something, wouldn't it?
Be great.
Good start to the year, but if we drop one of these, do not get discouraged, Thunder Nation. Do not get discouraged. We're still a top team in basketball. I think we're definitely on overreacting watch as fans, because if we lose the game, we're going to start freaking out. Don't do that. I know I've made a lot of crazy claims. We got to stay level. You got to stay level.
It's a
not
long
let it get
season.
to you. It's a long season. At the end of the day, only thing that matters is this right here. That's all that matters. In every game, you're building towards that.
NBA season is so long. We already started out 6-0. I don't see why we wouldn't start out 10-0. But if we don't, I mean, we just got to pray for health. Get us healthy for the playoffs, and I like our odds against anybody in the West or the East. I like our chances.
100%. With that, we've gone over everything. I think it's going to be a good week. I think we're going to have a good week of Thunder basketball, busy week. And I can't wait to see you all next week. So, once again, everyone give a round of applause to Isaiah Joe enthusiast, Dawson. Great and out. Lovely to have you. We're going to have you back, guys. Let him know that you love him. Go follow him at Isaiah Joe Enthusiast on Instagram. Best Isaiah Joe fan page out there.
That's right.
Go follow him and show him love there. You can follow me at OKC_will to win on Instagram while going to find Dawson. Find me too if you want. And make sure to like and subscribe, whether you're on YouTube or Spotify. Follow if you're on Spotify at the Will to Win Show. Trying to keep it consistent here, get you guys some content every week. So, and if you follow those pages, you're going to get some shorts, some clips throughout the week, and some game-by-game updates. So if you want more of me throughout the week, go follow my Instagram, go follow my YouTube for the shorts. And I can't wait to see you all next week. I hope you have a great week of Thunder basketball and of life. Happy November, happy fall, and happy basketball week, Thunder Nation. We'll see you guys. Have a good week.
Enjoy some ball.